A high-altitude message was just sent over one of the world's most critical sea lanes. Indian Sukhoi 30 MKIs flying shoulder to shoulder with Thailand's Gripens right over the northern approaches of the Malacca Strait. This is China's most sensitive maritime chokepoint. Almost 25% of global trade passes through the Malacca Strait. It's a lifeline for Beijing's oil and energy flows because any other alternate route is much costlier. And now the roar of the joint combat drills slicing through that strategic corridor. Now, what is happening is, as Saab renews its pitch for India's fighter jet mega deal, and as great power competition sharpens, the skies over Southeast Asia are now telling a much larger story. And let's tell you exactly how it's unfolding on the big wall right here. First and foremost, now this is a joint exercise that is taking place in the Malacca Strait, where you have the Sukhois and Gripens over the strategic Strait of Malacca, sending out a very strong, simple, straight message to China regarding the Indo Pacific. China's energy lifeline corridor is through this Malacca Strait, and it's actually a very narrow strait, about 65 kilometers to about a little over 200 kilometers, through which you have a quarter of the world's global trade passing by, which is why this is a very strong, powerful message to China. And then a quarter of the global trade, as I said. Next up, interoperability in high-intensity skies because of this. And when joint training sessions happen, that is when interoperability actually comes into play, all of which is extremely significant at a time when you have China looking to have its expansive trades come out and open regarding the Indo-Pacific. Next, India's Act East policy here in motion. India has been very particular, very focused that Act East is now a very important part of its overall diplomatic view with regard to the Indo-Pacific, and joint drills are explaining just that. Next up, India's Saab pushes Gripens for the IAF as well, and that is where this matters more, that you have interoperability coming in, joint drills coming in, and that is where this all shapes up. All right, viewers, this brings us to the blinkers off segment on the show. These on-site exercises, they align with India's Act East policy. They also foster closer ties with Southeast Asian nations amidst their shared concerns with regard to stability, with regard to Indo-Pacific being free and open. Now, the India-Thailand engagement actually now is a very important aspect of what is now turning out to be a very packed exercise calendar for the IAF, particularly after Operation Sindoor. And over the next 2 months, there will also be multiple exercises that will take place with, of course, friendly foreign air forces, including those of France, the US and Greece. All of it ties in well with India's larger position and view after Operation Sindoor, that it will continue to take part in high-profile drills and ensure that the force is fighting fit and ready for any future untoward activity.